Today marks a moment unlike any other. October 7th carries a subtle energy that the universe has been waiting for you to notice. Every coincidence is a whisper from life, guiding those who are awake to deeper truths hidden beneath the surface of everyday existence. Some call it destiny, others call it synchronicity, but for those who pause and observe, it is a call to awaken. Across centuries, sages and Shaolin masters have spoken of signs that appear at just the right time. They teach that life communicates not only through grand events, but through subtle shifts, an alignment of energy, a sudden insight, a moment that feels heavier than ordinary. Today is such a moment, and the messages you are about to hear are not random. They are carefully woven into the fabric of your path. In this video, you will uncover 5 profound messages that touch the core of personal mastery, awareness, and mindfulness. Each message is designed to help you see beyond the surface of daily life, to sense the hidden patterns that shape your choices and your growth. You will learn how stillness can reveal clarity, how discipline transforms freedom, and how detachment can open doors that fear keeps closed. These are not teachings you hear every day. They are the subtle, almost forgotten principles that Shaolin masters lived by, guiding them to strength, focus, and profound insight. Stay with me until the end, because understanding these messages may shift the way you move through life, moment by moment. This is an invitation to step into alignment with your inner path and the flow of the universe itself. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire, where wisdom meets mindful action. Subscribe now and let us walk together on this journey of awakening, discipline, and mastery. The messages awaiting you are subtle, powerful, and transformative if you are ready to truly listen. True mastery begins in silence. Before a Shaolin master strikes, before the body moves, the mind has already observed. Awareness is not simply seeing with your eyes, it is feeling with your mind, sensing with your spirit. Every movement, every breath, every thought carries a pattern waiting to be recognized. The world is full of rhythms, subtle shifts, and hidden currents. To act without noticing them is to stumble blindly. In the training halls of Shaolin, novices learn first to watch. They sit for hours, observing the flutter of a candle, the sway of a branch outside, the subtle tension in their own bodies. This is the foundation of all skill. Only when you understand what is happening around you and within you can your actions carry precision, intent, and power. Mindfulness allows you to see connections that others miss, the link between a thought and a reaction, a habit and a consequence, a choice and its ripple through life. Awareness is also the mirror to your inner world. Fear, impatience, doubt, these rise unnoticed in those who move without observation. Acting without recognizing these patterns binds you to cycles of reaction, where the world pushes and pulls you, and your spirit bends like a reed in the wind. But when awareness is cultivated, even the smallest gesture becomes deliberate. Each movement, each decision resonates with purpose. You begin to understand the rhythm of your own mind, the subtleties of your emotions, the quiet messages of the body. This is the first step toward mastery: to observe without judgment, to feel without clinging, to notice without distraction. Awareness is the gateway through which skill, strength, and wisdom enter. The body follows the mind, and the mind follows the witness within. Without it, action is noise. With it, even stillness carries the weight of mastery. Discipline is often misunderstood. Many believe it confines the spirit, as if rules and routines are chains. But in the teachings of the Shaolin, discipline is not a cage. It is the path that opens the door to true freedom. Structure shapes the mind and strengthens the body, allowing the spirit to move without resistance. Chaos, by contrast, offers the illusion of freedom, but it binds the heart to uncertainty and the will to distraction. In the quiet hours of dawn, Shaolin monks rise before the world stirs. Each movement is deliberate, each breath measured, each thought observed. These are not acts of obligation, they are the cultivation of resilience. Daily practice, meditation, and mindful repetition are the scaffolding upon which inner strength is built. Over time, what begins as discipline becomes second nature, and the mind, body, and spirit harmonize. The patterns of habit, carefully chosen and patiently sustained, become a shield against confusion, fear, and weakness. Discipline teaches patience. It teaches that mastery is earned in moments often unseen by others. By choosing consistency over impulse, one learns to act with clarity rather than reaction. The Shaolin path shows that when the body obeys the mind and the mind obeys the higher awareness, even the simplest acts, walking, breathing, raising a hand, become expressions of power and calm. Freedom does not arrive in the absence of rules. It emerges from alignment. Discipline aligns intention with action, thought with feeling, and effort with purpose. When life feels chaotic, the one who has cultivated discipline moves through it like water through a channel, fluid, yet guided, responsive, yet unwavering. In this way, discipline is not restriction. It is the gentle hand that steadies the spirit, the quiet rhythm that allows freedom to unfold naturally, and the inner mastery that lets the soul move with grace through the world. Amid the storms of life, there is a place untouched by noise, a quiet center that waits within. Challenges rise like waves, sudden and relentless, testing patience, resolve, and spirit. Yet the Shaolin masters teach that calmness is not a result of circumstance. It is a choice. Even when the world moves with frenzy, the mind can remain anchored, steady as a mountain, fluid as a river. In the training halls, novices sit in silence long before they strike, their bodies still, their breaths measured, their awareness sharp. They learn that action born of haste rarely finds its mark. Only in stillness does the mind discern the path, the body respond with precision, and the spirit perceive truth. Breathing deeply, focusing inward, cultivating internal quiet. These are the tools of mastery. They are not passive acts, but deliberate practices that shape resilience, sharpen perception, and reveal the unseen patterns that guide life. Stillness is not emptiness. It is clarity. It is the space in which insight arises, where the subtle whispers of intuition become audible. In moments of frantic motion, clarity is lost. Reactions are clouded by fear, desire, and distraction. But when one embraces stillness, even for a brief moment, a door opens. Solutions appear, choices reveal themselves, and the heart finds balance amidst turmoil. The wisdom of the Shaolin reminds us that inner calm is cultivated, not inherited. It is a discipline of the mind, a training of attention, a surrender to presence. When life pulls in all directions, the one who knows stillness moves with purpose, responds with precision, and meets challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities to practice mastery. In the quiet, amidst chaos, true understanding unfolds, and the power to act effectively is born, not from force, but from serene awareness. Clarity emerges when the mind releases its tight grip on outcomes. Shaolin masters speak of non-grasping, a practice not of indifference but of freedom. Life presents countless desires, expectations, and fears, each demanding attention and shaping action. Yet the more the mind clings, the more it distorts perception. Attachment clouds judgment, and the heart becomes weighed by unnecessary suffering. In the quiet chambers of the temple, students are taught to move without clinging. When a task is performed, it is done fully, with intention and precision, yet the result is not seized or feared. This is not passivity. It is a form of courage, a choice to act with awareness rather than with anxiety. By letting go of rigid expectations, the mind opens and the spirit perceives the subtle truths that attachment conceals. Detachment allows one to respond rather than react. When the outcome is uncertain, fear and desire lose their power to dictate action. Shaolin wisdom shows that clarity arises when the heart is not entangled in the should or the must. Decisions become guided by insight instead of impulse, and every movement carries the weight of understanding rather than the tension of need. Life, like water, flows in patterns we cannot control. By practicing detachment, the practitioner learns to move with these currents instead of resisting them. Challenges are met with composure, joy is experienced fully without clinging, and loss does not shatter the inner calm. The path to mastery is not found in accumulation, control, or grasping, but in the quiet art of letting go. In this release, the mind becomes clear, the heart becomes light, and the soul sees the world with the precision of still water reflecting the sky, undisturbed, truthful, and free. In every shadow there is a lesson waiting to be seen. Challenges appear as obstacles, yet the Shaolin masters teach that they are not punishments, they are hidden teachers. Life's difficulties test the body, the mind, and the spirit, revealing where strength falters, where patience wanes, and where awareness has yet to awaken. Those who rush through hardship see only resistance. Those who pause, observe, and reflect find wisdom in the struggle. In the training halls, novices face trials not to break them, but to shape them. Endurance, repetition, and discipline transform discomfort into insight. A fall teaches balance, a missed strike teaches precision, a moment of doubt teaches courage. Hardship is not an enemy, but a mirror reflecting the areas where mastery has yet to be claimed. The deeper the challenge, the greater the opportunity for growth. Mindfulness turns suffering into instruction. By approaching difficulties with attention and calm, the practitioner discerns patterns, uncovers hidden strengths, and refines decision-making. The mind learns to remain steady amidst turbulence, the heart learns patience, and the spirit learns resilience. Shaolin philosophy emphasizes that each obstacle carries a message. Respond with awareness, not resistance, and the lesson becomes clear. Even in moments that feel unbearable, there is a sacred rhythm to hardship. Life is teaching, not punishing. Every challenge, when embraced consciously, cultivates inner mastery. Strength is born from persistence, patience from reflection, and discernment from careful observation. The one who understands this moves through trials not as a victim, but as a student of the universe. In this way, every difficulty becomes a guide, every struggle a teacher, and every obstacle a stepping stone toward deeper wisdom. Mastery, then, is not the absence of struggle, but the art of learning gracefully from it. Before a movement is made, the mind must lead. In the quiet discipline of Shaolin training, the masters teach that energy follows intention. The body can perform many actions, but without focused awareness, these actions scatter, dissipating effort and clarity. It is the mind that shapes the outcome, the heart that lends purpose, and the breath that channels energy into motion. In the temple, students are taught to align every gesture with a conscious thought. Before a strike, a step, or a block, the breath flows with the movement, the mind anticipates, and the spirit guides. This alignment transforms even the simplest act into a deliberate expression of skill and focus. Ordinary actions, when infused with clear intention, carry weight and precision that mere physical effort alone cannot achieve. Intention is the compass that directs energy. Without it, force is wasted and effort becomes noise. With it, the mind and body move as one, and results manifest naturally. Shaolin practice emphasizes that mastery is not only in action, but in preparation. A well-set intention, calm and unwavering, channels energy into effectiveness, whether in combat, meditation, or daily life. Beyond the physical, this principle extends to every aspect of existence. Thoughts, words, and decisions gain potency when grounded in clarity of purpose. When energy is focused intentionally, life's tasks are approached with mindfulness, and outcomes become reflections of inner alignment rather than random chance. By cultivating this harmony between mind, heart, and breath, the practitioner learns that power is not in exertion but in direction. Every movement becomes purposeful, every choice becomes meaningful, and the unseen energy within flows with precision. Intention, steady and clear, transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results, revealing the quiet mastery that arises when the inner world guides the outer. Mastery is not a moment to arrive at, it is a path walked slowly, deliberately, and with awareness. In the quiet halls of Shaolin temples, students are reminded that every day offers a lesson, and every lesson demands patience. Life is a continuous rhythm of learning, unlearning, and refining. To seek mastery as a destination is to chase a shadow. True skill is revealed in the subtle growth of the mind, body, and spirit over time. The novice may become frustrated, expecting sudden transformation, Yet the masters teach that steady, consistent practice is the way. Each repetition, each meditation, each mindful act shapes character, sharpens perception, and strengthens resilience. Progress is often invisible in the moment, but it accumulates silently like water carving stone. The path of mastery is measured not in applause or recognition, but in the calm precision with which one navigates life's challenges. Shaolin philosophy emphasizes that true mastery is reflected in the response, not the display. A master moves with composure, meets difficulty with patience, and acts without haste. Flashy skill may impress the eyes, but it cannot anchor the mind, nor can it temper the spirit. Quiet discipline, practiced with humility, yields the deepest results. The journey requires embracing imperfection, for each mistake offers insight, each struggle a chance to refine. One learns to release the desire for immediate achievement, understanding that the steady rhythm of practice carries far greater power than brief brilliance. Over time, skill becomes seamless, awareness becomes instinctive, and inner mastery reveals itself naturally in every choice, gesture, and breath. To walk this path is to honor the process itself, to trust in slow transformation, and to recognize that mastery is a living, unfolding journey. It is the art of moving through life with clarity, patience, and calm, not in reaching a final point, but in embracing the continuous flow of growth. Strength is often measured by force, endurance, or control, yet the Shaolin masters teach a deeper truth. Compassion is a form of power. True strength does not exist in isolation from the heart. It is tempered by empathy, guided by kindness, and refined through understanding. The mind alone may act decisively, but when the heart is engaged, action becomes meaningful, precise, and transformative. In the quiet moments of training, students learn to observe not only their own movements, but the impact of those movements on others. They practice patience with mistakes, generosity in instruction, and humility in success. These practices are not soft, they are disciplined exercises in cultivating a strength that balances courage with care. Compassion, when mindful, creates harmony rather than conflict, and influence rather than coercion. The Shaolin path emphasizes that the heart and mind must work together. A decision guided by intellect alone may achieve results, but it risks leaving damage in its wake. When the mind is aligned with a compassionate heart, energy flows with clarity and intention, strengthening connections rather than severing them. Relationships, both external and internal, deepen, and the practitioner discovers a power that arises naturally from presence and awareness. Compassion also transforms personal mastery. The ability to remain gentle with oneself, to forgive lapses, and to nurture growth is as vital as physical or mental skill. Each act of empathy, each gesture of understanding reinforces the discipline of the spirit. Strength is not diminished by kindness, it is expanded. By embracing compassion, the practitioner becomes resilient, influential, and centered. In this way, the Shaolin teachings reveal that real mastery integrates force and feeling, courage and care. Strength is not measured by dominance, but by the capacity to act decisively while remaining tender, aware, and connected. True power lives in the heart that moves with awareness, shaping the world with both discipline and compassion. The mind is a landscape filled with whispers, judgments, and silent conversations. Shaolin masters teach that what is spoken within shapes the reality outside. Thoughts are not merely fleeting, they are the currents that guide perception, emotion, and action. Observing this inner dialogue is the first step toward mastery, for the unexamined mind often leads one into patterns of fear, doubt, and reaction. In the quiet of meditation, practitioners turn inward, listening without judgment. They watch the flow of thoughts, noticing repetition, tension, or resistance. Each thought carries meaning, sometimes a hidden fear, sometimes a subtle aspiration. By observing without clinging, one uncovers beliefs that limit potential, assumptions that distort understanding, and impulses that lead to needless suffering. Awareness transforms these whispers into guidance. Reflection, journaling, or mindful pauses become tools to cultivate clarity. The Shaolin path emphasizes that self-mastery begins with the mind. When inner speech is recognized and understood, actions become deliberate, decisions become grounded, and life moves with intention rather than compulsion. The energy once scattered by unconscious thought is redirected toward purpose, focus, and calm. Inner dialogue is also a mirror of the heart. Compassion, patience, and resilience emerge when the mind speaks kindly to itself. The practitioner learns to replace self-criticism with gentle correction, fear with discernment, and doubt with mindful observation. This is not a denial of difficulty, it is a conscious shaping of the inner environment, creating space for wisdom to arise naturally. Through disciplined awareness of thought, the mind becomes a precise instrument. The currents of perception and action align, and the practitioner navigates life with insight rather than reaction. Observing inner dialogue is a quiet mastery, a subtle practice that transforms every choice, every gesture, and every response into an expression of clarity, presence, and intentional living. Life moves in currents, subtle and unseen, carrying moments, opportunities, and challenges in their own rhythm. The Shaolin masters teach that resisting these natural flows brings tension, struggle, and wasted energy. True mastery arises not from forcing the world to bend to one's will, but from aligning with the cycles that surround and sustain all life. In the quiet of the temple, students learn to observe seasons, weather, and the passage of time, seeing the patterns in both nature and human behavior. These observations cultivate patience and insight. Just as a river does not fight the rocks it encounters, the wise move with circumstances rather than against them. Action, when synchronized with the rhythm of life, becomes effortless, precise, and powerful. To flow with life is not submission, it is discernment. Shaolin practice emphasizes awareness, presence, and timing. A movement executed too soon or too late loses its strength. Words spoken before the mind is ready may cause harm. Choices made in resistance often lead to frustration. But when one attunes to the pulse of events, action arises naturally, harmonizing effort with opportunity. Acceptance of timing fosters clarity and calm. It allows the practitioner to act with intention rather than reaction, to respond to change rather than fight it, and to conserve energy for moments that truly demand it. Life cycles of growth and rest, challenge and ease become guides rather than obstacles. By synchronizing with these rhythms, the mind and body move in harmony with the world. Effort becomes aligned, the heart remains steady, and the spirit finds ease even amid uncertainty. The Shaolin path teaches that when one moves with the flow of life, action is no longer burdened by resistance. It becomes a dance of awareness, timing, and purpose, a living expression of inner mastery and attunement to the natural order of existence. The messages we've explored today, awareness, discipline, stillness, detachment, and compassion, are threads of the same path. They remind us that personal mastery is not about forcing control over life, but about engaging with it mindfully, moment by moment. Each lesson guides us to act with clarity, to respond with calm, and to move through the world with purpose rather than reaction. Life presents countless challenges, yet within each one lies an opportunity to practice these principles. Observing your thoughts, aligning intention with action, letting go of outcomes, and embracing the flow of life are all steps toward inner freedom. Every moment of stillness, every act of mindful compassion, every pause to reflect strengthens the foundation of mastery from within. Noticing this message today is more than coincidence. It is an invitation to pause, reflect, and step consciously onto your path of growth. Let it be a gentle reminder that transformation begins in small, intentional moments, and that steady, mindful practice shapes the life you wish to live. Take these teachings into your daily life. Practice awareness in your actions, patience in your challenges, and compassion in your interactions. Over time, these small choices create harmony within and ripple outward to the world around you. Thank you for joining us on this journey. May these messages guide you with clarity and calm. If you found value in this video, please like and subscribe to Shaolin Soulfire and continue walking the path of wisdom, presence, and personal mastery.